The Trojan War, one of the most famous conflicts in history, has captured the imagination of generations for millennia. Though steeped in legend and myth, this epic tale of heroism, love, and betrayal has left an indelible mark on Western culture. Join us as we journey back to the 12th century BCE to explore the legendary war that inspired Homer's Iliad and continues to resonate through the ages. The Trojan War is set during the Late Bronze Age, a time when the Mycenaean Greeks were at the height of their power. This period was characterized by advanced civilizations across the Aegean, including the mighty city of Troy, located near the Dardanelles in modern-day Turkey. Though the exact historical details of the Trojan War remain shrouded in mystery, the story is rooted in the epic poetry of ancient Greece, particularly Homer's Iliad. It's a tale that blends myth and reality, offering us a glimpse into the values, beliefs, and struggles of ancient Greek society. The Trojan War is said to have lasted for 10 long years, pitting the Greeks, led by King Agamemnon of Mycenae, against the Trojans, ruled by King Priam. According to legend, the war began over the abduction of Helen, the wife of the Spartan king Menelaus, by Paris, a prince of Troy. This act sparked a massive coalition of Greek forces, who sailed to Troy to retrieve Helen and avenge the insult. The war was marked by a series of fierce battles, heroic deeds, and divine interventions. Among the Greeks were legendary heroes, such as Achilles, Odysseus, and Ajax, while the Trojans were defended by noble figures like Hector, Aeneas, and Sarpedon. The causes of the Trojan War, as told in myth, are deeply intertwined with themes of love, honor, and divine will. The immediate cause was the abduction of Helen by Paris, but the roots of the conflict run deeper. According to the myth, the war was also the result of a divine dispute over a golden apple, inscribed with the words to the Pharist, which led to the judgment of Paris. Paris's decision to award the apple to Aphrodite, who promised him the love of the most beautiful woman in the world, set the stage for the war. This fateful choice not only angered the other goddesses, but also led to a chain of events that culminated in the siege of Troy. The Warlords, at the center of the Trojan War, were the leaders and heroes whose names have echoed through the centuries. Agamemnon, the king of Mycenae and leader of the Greek coalition, driven by ambition and a desire for glory. Menelaus, the Spartan king whose wife, Helen, was taken by Paris, setting the war in motion. Achilles, the greatest Greek warrior, known for his unmatched prowess in battle and his tragic fate. Odysseus, the cunning king of Ithaca, famous for his intelligence and resourcefulness, who would later become the protagonist of the Odyssey. Hector, the noble Trojan prince and the greatest defender of Troy, revered for his bravery and honor. Paris, the prince of Troy, whose love for Helen ignited the conflict, often depicted as both romantic and reckless. Priam, the aged king of Troy, a symbol of the city's endurance and fatherly love, particularly for Hector. These figures, both mortal and divine, played out a drama of epic proportions, with their actions and decisions shaping the course of the war. The Trojan War unfolded through a series of key events and battles, each contributing to the myth's enduring power. The duel between Paris and Menelaus, a single combat meant to end the war early, but which ultimately failed to resolve the conflict. The wrath of Achilles. After a dispute with Agamemnon, Achilles withdrew from battle, leading to a significant setback for the Greeks. His return, driven by the death of his friend Patroclus, marked one of the most intense phases of the war. The death of Hector. In a climactic battle, Achilles killed Hector, sealing the fate of Troy. The image of Hector's body being dragged behind Achilles' chariot became one of the most poignant scenes in Greek mythology. The Trojan Horse, the cunning strategy devised by Odysseus that led to the fall of Troy. The Greeks, feigning retreat, left behind a giant wooden horse, secretly filled with warriors. The Trojans brought it into their city, leading to their ultimate downfall. These episodes are not just tales of war, but also explore the deeper themes of fate, honor, revenge, and the human condition. The end of the war culminated in the sacking of Troy, a city that had stood for a decade against the might of the Greek forces. The use of the Trojan Horse was the decisive factor that led to Troy's downfall, marking the end of the war. The Greeks entered the city under the cover of night, opening the gates to their waiting army, and Troy was destroyed. According to legend, only a few Trojans survived, including Aeneas, who would go on to play a central role in Roman mythology as the founder of Rome. Legacy and influence. The legacy of the Trojan War is immense, influencing not only ancient Greek culture, but also the entire Western literary and artistic tradition. Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. These epic poems are among the foundational texts of Western literature, shaping the way we understand heroism, fate, and the human struggle. The Aeneid, the Roman poet Virgil's epic, which tells the story of Aeneas' journey from the fallen Troy to the founding of Rome, further cemented the Trojan War's place in history. Cultural influence. The story of the Trojan War has inspired countless works of art, literature, and film, from ancient tragedies to modern adaptations. The Trojan War continues to captivate us, serving as a timeless reminder of the complexities of human nature and the enduring power of myth. While the historical truth of the Trojan War may never be fully known, its legendary narrative remains one of the most powerful and enduring stories ever told. It speaks to the universal themes of love, loss, and the relentless pursuit of honor, themes that resonate as deeply today as they did in the ancient world. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the myth and legend of the Trojan War. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more historical explorations from History Warlog.